Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Shri Radhe Kulananda Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Shri Radhe Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Jaya Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Ai Gauranita Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhu Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today. Those who are present here and serving online. It's okay. So our today's Bhagavad Gita verse is from second chapter, verse number 68. Just to give you some context of this verse, before this verse, around verse 20, in this chapter, verse number 54, Arjuna asked the qualities of Sthita Prajna, or those who are spiritually established people. And that from that reference, Krishna gives the answer from 2.55 to at the end of the chapter. So, so this is the one of the verse, and today we're going to discuss on that. So, before we begin the verse, let me tell you a story. I like stories. Sorry. So, what happened one day in the village? This is from 90s. So, in the village, people were like living humbly, simply, not much requirements, not much needs, paraphernalia, etc. But one day from this village, one person was going to the city for pilgrimage. And from this village, because village is like small and everyone lives like in the community, like a family, not like these days, like no one knows who is living next to me. But in those days, they were living like a family and a community. So like whatever happens, everyone knows about that. Everyone knew like what's happening in someone's life. So this person was going for the pilgrimage in another city. So from the whole village, one person came to this gentleman who was going for the pilgrimage, and he said, like, if you go to city, can you bring a small mirror for me so that I can see my face? And this person was going for the pilgrimage, and he was like, was not much happy with this request because he was going for some spiritual causes. But what to do? Villagers request him, if you can buy some like a small piece of mirror so that we can see our face, because in those days people were like really excited to see themselves because they would never see themselves except in the water, in the well, or in the river. But mirror was a new invention for them. So they say, if you go to the city, can you please bring a mirror for us? So this person said, okay. So this person went on his journey. He arrived at the location. He took darshan of lordships, roaming around the city. Almost forgot about this mirror thing. But when he entered into the book room, bookshop, he realized this thing that, oh, I need to buy something for my villagers. And he was thinking about it, like, where should I go, how to get the mirror? But suddenly something happened, and he bought something, not a mirror, but something else. So he bought these things with him, and he went back to the village, and it was nicely wrapped and packed like as a present for this person, because in the cities everything was available, like wrappers and all the paraphernalia. So this person gave the gift to this requester, those who request that to bring a mirror for him. And this person opened the wrap, all the gifts and luxurious things. And he opened and he realized that it was not actually mirror, it was Bhagavad Gita. And then this person start complaining like, hey, I told you to bring mirror. Like, what did you bring for me? This is not mirror. This gentleman answered this question very wisely, and he said that in the mirror, you can see only your face. But in this mirror, you not only just see your face, but you see your actual self. Not just yourself, but you also see surrounding, environment, people around you. So one small piece of mirror can fulfill your only purpose, but this mirror can fulfill the purpose of the whole village. And this is how they started reading Bhagavad Gita in the evening. So today we're going to read from this Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, verse number 68, as I mentioned. Here's Arjuna is asking some qualities of the person, those who are highly successful in the spiritual path, and Krishna is explaining different qualities. So this verse is amongst those. So first, as per our tradition, we're going to read the Sanskrit verse, and then we're going to focus on translation and explanation given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. So, verse is in Sanskrit, but it's in English on the tally, so you can repeat after me. Tasmadyasya mahabaho nigrihitani sarvasha Indriyani indriyarthebhyas tasya prajna pratisthita. Tasya prajna pratisthita. Tasmad yajna mahabaho nigrihitani sarvasha. Indriyani indriyarthebhyas tasya prajna pratisthita. Translation and purport is given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. Therefore, O mighty arm, one whose senses are restrained from their object is certainly of steady intelligence. Purport. One can curb the forces of the sense gratification only by means of Krishna consciousness or engaging all the senses in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. As enemies are curbed by superior force, the senses can similarly be curbed, not by human endeavor, but only by keeping them engaged in the service of the Lord. One who has understood this, that only by Krishna consciousness is one really established in intelligence, and that one should practice this art under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master is called sadhaka, or a suitable candidate for liberation. Praying some offers to our spiritual master, teachers, and all those people who helped us on this spiritual path to come to this point in our life. Om Agnanatmirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm going to talk about something about senses and sense objects. Why should we control? What is the need? If God has made the whole beautiful world, why should not enjoy? Why should we control? So topics like this, not much prepared, please help me. So here, Krishna is saying that if we control or curb our senses, and then we are known as an intelligent person, not that we lose our senses and we act whimsically or like in animalistic way. So you might have a question that why our scripture are telling us to control our senses, though we have this tendency to use our senses for enjoyment. We have different senses. We have our body, we have eyes, we have ears to see, ears to hear, not to see. So we have all these different senses. Then why should we control it? So this is the question. So to answer this question, Prabhupada explains that when we come here in this material world from the spiritual world, so we come with our natural tendency and natural quality. And this natural quality is to enjoy. When we were in the spiritual world, every step is a dance, every word is a song, and every tree is a desired tree that fulfills all our desires. So can you imagine we are coming from this world, which is like highly divine, powerful, just directly into this really lowly and fallen world. It's like specifically with the girls when they are from really a high, posh family, and then she runs away with someone really poor guy. And after some time she realizes, oh my God, what did I do in my life? I had all the luxury, all the opulences, and then I end up here struggling, meeting ends, working part-time jobs. So this is our situation, being a part and parcel of Krishna or Lord or God. So we were in the spiritual world in the beginning, that so much opulence, so much enjoy, so much fun, genuine taste of life, and directly we fell down in this world. Why? There was another reason, that because we had desire to enjoy this world. We wanted to enjoy, and this was not normal enjoyment. That was enjoyment separated from the Krishna, because Krishna created the whole world. So Krishna also provides this facility that even sometimes we have this desire, even when we are with Krishna and we want to enjoy separately somewhere else. So Krishna, being a kind father, provides everything, whatever we need, even if it's harmful, apparently. So because of this tendency, we also carry the same mood and mission here in this planet. We try to enjoy outside, forgetting that I am part and parcel of Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that Mamevamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Manasashthanindriyani Prakriti Sthani Karshate. Let me ask you, what do you say if someone asks you, how are you? Yeah, I'm fine, I'm okay. Anyone is sitting in the front taking darshan would like to answer. If someone says like ask how are you, so what's your general response? Our general response is that, oh yeah, I'm good, I'm fine. But Bhagavad Gita says our general response or our like genuine response, manashashtan indriyani prakriti sthani karshiti, that soul with the mind, shashtani, known as the sixth senses of our body, it's karshati, it's struggling like anything. So this is the right answer. What's our situation in this world, that people are like struggling like in and out? But they say smiley faces, but crying heart. We try to cover with our smile. So because of this tendency in our body, we have different facilities. Being a soul, we carry this body like, similarly we wear this clothes in the morning and change in the evening. If you clean. Similarly, we change our cars, we change our jobs. So similarly, we have this body. It's just a cloth of the soul, which is our real identity, known as Atma in English, soul or spirit. And because we have this tendency to enjoy in this world, Krishna provides different facilities. So here says that we have different senses and sense objects. So in this verse, two words are mentioned, senses and sense objects. So let's uncover what these two words are. What are the senses and what are the sense objects? So in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 24 elements are given in sequence. And out of these 24 elements, there are 5 senses, which is been talked about here in this verse. So these 5 senses are eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Imagine in your life, like whatever you have done till this point, just close your eye and think about that. Whenever you want to try something in this world, whenever you want to try to enjoy in this world, we use these 5 senses. So for example, eyes has tendency to see beautiful things in this world, specifically opposite gender. So this is what we do with the eyes. We try to find satisfaction with our eyes, and we think that this is happiness. This is eyes. And senses and sense objects are work like a hand in hand. So it's like a plug and socket. So senses are like a plug, and sense objects are like a socket. So when we try to enjoy something in this world, so for example, if we see a beautiful flower, so our eyes see the flowers. In that situation, the flowers are the sense object for our eyes. So whatever we see, like beautiful building, cars, etc. So our eyes work as a sense, and the opposite thing work as a sense object. Similarly, with the nose, we try to smell something. Believe it or not, I did search, and conclusion was like really weird. That people like to smell gasoline, petrol, new pages of the books, rubber, glue, And there are a few more things which is not very nice and pleasant to hear. But this is what we like. This is what we try to find happiness. And then we realize, oh wow, this is good. But even if you think like new pages of the books, how long can give you happiness? After some time you wrote, you read, you use this for like a couple of months and everything fades. So there is no actual genuine taste wherever we try in this world. Third thing is our tongue. We want to taste palatable things, which is delicious, tasty. Can be chocolate, can be any items that we like the most. So this is the situation of tongue. And then we come to next one is our skin. We like to wear different clothes. We feel like outside they say like, oh, if we have like right types of clothes on our body, then we feel like more comfortable. So this is another layer of illusion, that there is nothing like, there is no connection between our confidence and clothing. If you have like right consciousness, then we can be happy in any clothes. But yeah, of course, we should wear clothes based on time, place, and circumstances, based on weather. But people say that yeah, if I have like nice clothes, then I feel confident, I feel more smart in the group. But how long your clothes will last? You may like this blue suit for some time, but once you move on your life, after some time you feel like, okay, this suit is good, I need to get another one. So this is the situation of the skin. So this is how our senses and sense objects work as like a socket, plug and socket. But what happened, one thing here is that these senses are not complete. This is another truth. That we may think that, yeah, I can see so many things. And sometimes we argue that, how can you say that's wrong? I've seen by my own eyes. I saw there was fire. But still, our senses are not incomplete, so it can't give us perfect information. So for example, you might have experienced that if you're going somewhere on the motorway and you see water in front of you, but when you get there, it's not water actually. When I saw this first time, I was thinking like, oh, someone cleaned it very quickly. And then I realized I was an illusion. But yeah, so in this way, like even if we see something, but we don't necessarily get the right information. How many of you have been to Ethiopia? Oh no, wrong question. You still believe Ethiopia is there? Yeah. So even if we don't see things in our life, but that doesn't mean the thing is not there. So point is, when even if we see something through our eyes, but still there are high chances that we are wrong because our senses are incomplete. How many of you loses a taste in Corona? So even if senses are there, but because of some surrounding, some environment, we loses our taste. So this is how it proves that our senses are not incomplete. Since our senses are not complete, we are under illusion. And what do I mean by illusion? Illusion is like basically when we see rope in the dark, we think this is a snake. So this is illusion, that even if we see right things, but we perceive as a wrong object. So best example is AI. Always incorrect. Artificial intelligence. So AI, do you know, people think that AI is like life-changing, AI is helping in so many ways, getting jobs, all these things. But what it takes to build the whole AI system in this world, you know how much cost, how much management, effort, natural resources it takes? First of all, if you want to run any AI project, you need a data center, basic information. So to make this data center, they use cobalt and lithium. These two are rare and expensive elements. And to get these two things, we have to mine a lot, our mother dear earth, just to get these elements. So this is just beginning. Like when we use, if you have like idea that I want to do something in the field of AI, and this is what scientists are doing. They have some hypothesis and they try experiment and they get the results. So to get the AI, even if you want to stabilize it, it takes a lot of lithium and cobalt, which is expensive and rare. So we are harming the nature from the step one. This is step one. Step two is once you construct something, when you create the AI whole thing, then you have to manage it, na? You have to run the whole program. You have to run the whole show. And they say one search of ChatGPT takes half a liter of water. Shocking news. Takes half a liter of water. And I'm not going to talk about like how many people are going to lose their job because of the AI. Takes half a liter of water, and I was doing some mathematical gymnastic, some researches, and I came to the conclusion that in this planet, 1 in 4 people are not getting clear water to drink. That means 2 billion people not getting clear water as we get. And when we do one search in ChatGPT, we lose half a liter of water. Welcome to the world of AI. Always incorrect. I mean, artificial intelligence. This is AI. And we think, yeah, it's helping. It's changing our life. But what's going on in the backside? And all these big projects, if you notice, it's in Silicon Valley in America. And they are usually very close to rivers. And they use all these rivers, all this water, so that they can maintain the whole project. So we saw like to build AI, we need like expensive and rare material. To maintain AI, we need natural sources like water. And if your project is flop, is not working, then you have to destroy or you have to renew or recycle it. And to recycle it, it's from America, yeah? If you have to recycle the whole AI project, it takes billions of pounds. And we still think that, yeah, AI is helping. It does helping. But be wise, as AI says, like intelligence. So if you use our intelligence, we see the whole picture. By the way, I'm not saying that don't use AI. It's your choice, your phone, your life. But this is the fact. Bhagavad Gita is saying that we don't have control on our senses. And when we lose this control, we put ourselves in difficulty. So this is how, first of all, what was the first point about senses? That our senses are incomplete. Because our senses are incomplete, Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki, Shri Prabhupada ki. So first point was our senses are incomplete. Since our senses are incomplete, we are under illusion. I remember one story regarding this senses are incomplete. In 13th century in European countries, including this place, in 13th century there was like a outbreak of a disease known as a Black Death. And people were dying like anything in this disease. So what happened? Scientists, again, the whole science function on the senses, because this is what their whole idea. First of all, they have hypothesis, then they have experiment, and then they get result. So first they had some idea that in future we're going to do this. Like these days they are saying that we will find how to conquer death. Good luck. So they had, in 13th century when this disease, Black Death, broke out, they had this idea, the philosophy, the hypothesis in their mind that this disease is because of the cats. And based on that, they killed so many cats, almost like wiped out many cats, and specifically the black cats. But after some time, they realized the disease was not because of the cats, but because of the mouse. This is science. What about those cats? Who's going to take all the karma? So you see, like if we work on the senses, if we work on our own abilities, we always incomplete. It's never gonna get to the conclusion, final conclusion, or right or perfect conclusion. So what happened then? The rats, they thought all these rats and mice are the causes. But even then, they realized that rats are not causes. There are some fleas. There are some fleas in the mouth of the rats. They are the causes of this disease. This was like final conclusion, and then they stopped at this point. So this is how our senses are always limited. So that's why we make mistakes. We may be wrong. You might have experienced that in our life, like many times we had like wrong decisions. We think, oh my God, I was thinking like my plan will go in this direction, will go somewhere totally in different direction. We were thinking that by changing country, by changing jobs, by changing courses, maybe I'll be happy. But even if when we change the country, we change the jobs, we change the courses, education system, but no, still no, not there yet. There is still something missing. That's why this eternal journey to seek the permanent happiness, permanent pleasure, it keeps going on and on and on. Unless we have like some spiritual association or spiritual clashes in our life. Because in the beginning, as I mentioned, that we are part and parcel of Krishna coming from spiritual world based on Bhagavad Gita. Always try to find the same type of happiness that we have experienced in the spiritual world. And we never get it here because this is material world. So this journey goes on and on. So first step was our senses are incomplete. Second one, since our senses are incomplete, we are always under illusion. And AI is a big illusion. That was the example. And third one, because we are under illusion, we tend to make a mistake. Agree? Is there anyone in their life they have never made any mistake? Difficult, yeah, it's hard. Because even if you like take care of all the aspects, all the factors, all the elements, still we do make mistakes. Famous example is Mr. Newton, the one who used 6% of his brain. It's an interesting story that Newton, he was like really fond of pet animals. So he bought a cat. It's a big cat, like a massive, like healthy. So he bought this cat, and then he thought, oh my God, if I got this cat, then I need to also make a little house for her. So he made a small house for the cat. So this one cat, chubby cat, big cat, always hungry, like going here and there, and always like disturbing Newton from doing his job. So Newton was like a bit frustrated, and he was like, oh my God, what should I do with this cat now? Because always like disturbing in my work and not allowing me to focus. And then he thought, okay, let me find another cat so that they can pair and they can play, they can do all these things together, and I'll be engaged in my job. But still he was giving his time, love, energy to these cats. So what happened? He made a big house for the one cat, the first cat, and in the same house, in the big house, he made a big door because cat was chubby. It's like a big cat. So he made a big door for the cat. And then he bought another cat, which was small. He put in the same house, and he made another small door for this small little cat. And he was thinking that, yeah, big door for big cat, small door for small door. But one day something happened strange, and this thing like shocked his intelligence. And he saw the big cat came out from the big door, and the small cat also came out from the big door. And he realized, oh my God, what did I do? Why did I make two doors for two separate cats? So this was the person who has used his intelligence till 6%, based on science again. So what to speak of those people who are not up to that level, those who are around 0.1, 0.2. So this is how we can say like we always make mistake. Doesn't matter wherever we are in our life. Even if you see the life of Stephen Hawking, the famous scientist, you might know about this gentleman, always sitting in the chair, has some bodily dysfunction. So in the beginning, he was writing his books, and he was mentioning that God does exist, this, that, and then suddenly something happened in his life, and then he changed his view. Can you imagine? He's like a responsible scientist in the society, changing his view like anything. So this is the situation, and same thing happened with me when I was in Sheffield, Hallam University, doing my public health management course. And my teacher told me that you need to do some research work. I said, okay, fine. I did my whole work, read all the guidelines and everything. Almost 95% work was done. So I went to my teacher to show is that okay? Like, what do you think? Can you tell me? Can you guide me? And she said that you have to bring the references within last 5 years. And when I heard this, like my mind was like broken, like what? Like within 5 years? What do you mean by 5 years? Like, does that mean that what am I doing now will be invalid after 5 years? Are you with me? Like, because after 5 years, whatever you've done is gone. So what's the use of putting all those energy, time, effort, money in those things? And then I left university lovingly. But anyway, I'm not suggesting you to leave university, but this was my calling. But yeah, this is the journey. This is the reality that we think that, yeah, science is complex, science is helping us. But if we dig deep, we see the roots, we realize shallowness of the material things around the world. So first one was senses are incomplete. Because our senses are incomplete, we make mistakes. Before we make mistake, we are under illusion. And because we make mistakes, so these three things are not in our control, but the four things that we do afterwards, that's in our control. That we can do something. So first one is our senses are incomplete, we can't do much things. Second thing, since our senses are incomplete, we are under illusion, can't do anything. Third one, because we are under illusion, we tend to make mistakes in our life. Can't do, because like we can't stop ourselves making mistakes. But the fourth thing, scripture says that fourth thing is when we make mistake, we try to cover up. Have you realized? Like you are in the deep dance, like a toxic conversation with someone. And then in the middle of conversation, suddenly you realize that, wait, here I am wrong. And that gives you like a big shock. And you are like so far from the beginning that you can't even go back. And then you continue the same conversation, knowing that you are wrong, but still you continue the conversation. So this is the reality. Even if we are wrong, even if we make mistakes, we try to cheat. We have this tendency. It's not our fault, but this is like inbuilt system. But in the fourth step, we can do something. We at least try to say that, wait, here we need some improvement, here we need some focus. But for that, we need our intelligence like really sharpen. It's not like anyone can do it. You can try in your life, like we have senses incomplete, make mistake, illusion, and try to cover our mistakes. Even if we want to do it, even if we plan in our mind that I want to cover my mistakes, I don't want to cover my mistakes. But when things happen where we are in the situation, they say it's hard to see when you are in the photo. Have you experienced? Like when you are in the photo frame with your family? So it's like a bit shy, Like I still remember when I was a kid and they were playing like a marriage CD and I was like a kid dancing here and there. I was like so ashamed that I need to go to the toilet. So they say it's hard when we are in the scene, when we are in the picture. So similarly, but we can do something here. We can try not to cover our mistake because it's not beneficial. But we don't have that energy, we don't have that strength to stop ourselves. Because who we are? In the beginning, as I mentioned, we are soul, we are spirit. Being a soul, we identify ourselves with the matter that I am this body. If someone hits your car, your minds get angry, thinking that someone hits me. But he actually hit your car, not you. So we have this tendency to identify ourselves. But to stop this tendency, to stop the whole cycle, only one thing. You remember the analogy of plug and socket? How plug and socket are connected? If you put plug in the socket and turn on the switch, the whole room lights. So in this way, when we connect ourselves with our original source, or based on Bhagavad Gita, when we connect ourselves with the Krishna, all Lord Ram, at that point we realize basically our lights of brain like turn on. And this is like a real source of energy. If we have a connection with that source, then we can really see with clear vision in our life. And this is how we draw our strength to not to make mistakes. And even if we make mistakes, we not at least cover it by lying it or by being a hypocrite. So that's why to build our connection with Lord, So first priority of every individual soul. If you want to really live peacefully in this world. So now you might have a question that how can I connect myself with the Lord? Because not much information, whatever I've done in my life only is to see all these people doing rituals. I don't know why do they do that. Sometimes doesn't make any sense. So like, how do I trust these people? Like, what if they cheat me? Because they're also people. They also have the tendency to cheat others. So in this case, scripture says that when we connect ourselves with the Lord through the via media of spiritual master, that helps a lot. Because spiritual master basically comes in your life and makes everything easy. Spiritual master, or in Sanskrit or Hindi, guru. When guru comes in our life, they takes away all the burden. They say first disciple touches the heart of guru, and by this act, guru is pleased. Guru try to reveal the spiritual knowledge, or known as the spiritual strength, to protect ourselves from all these miseries and difficulties of this world. So this is how Guru helps us in our journey, in our life. They takes away like almost all the burden that we are carrying through, all the tendency to make mistakes, to cover up. So this is how Guru helps us. And how to find Guru? Super simple, super simple. Guru must be connected with Krishna. As it is, super simple. Guru, he must be connected with the Krishna. It's not like someone comes on the stage and say, oh yeah, my name is Guru XYZ and that's why you worship me. No, it doesn't work like that. Maybe your mental speculation, or maybe it's just your ideology. Maybe your thought not helping me. But when someone comes in front of you saying that I am nothing, but I know my connection is with Krishna, and Krishna is a source and like a powerhouse of energy, I've got access, I can give you. But still, I am just an instrument. So this person is a guru, is a correct, is a bona fide, is a qualified. And one should always find in their life this type of guru, those who can help us in our life to navigate our road in this place of distress, dejection, and despondency. So this was the whole essence of this today's verse. We're going to conclude here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we still have some times. So if you have any questions, or if you have any realization, or if you want to share something, or I don't know, whatever you have, we can discuss for a few minutes and then we'll go for Guru Aarti. Anyone would like to share something? Balcony. Any questions or anything, like something resonates with you? Doesn't necessarily have to be like really high, because you may thinking like this is like very small realization or small experience, but it may help others. It may help other to grow in their life. So no one is big, no one is small. So maybe if you like to share something or ask something. Yes. Yeah. You mentioned the word of Hinduism. So just give you some idea about Hinduism. Hinduism, in our whole scripture, there is no word Hindu. Can you imagine? This is Bhagavad Gita, considered as like a fruit of all the scriptures, all the Shastra. In this book, you won't find single word Hindu, because the term Hindu comes from different communities which were like residing outside of the India. And at that time, India was on the bank of the river Sindhu. But this community has some difficulty to pronounce. So they say like, if someone is residing somewhere, so we say, yeah, they XYZ Vasi. So for example, someone is living next to Yamuna. So we say Yamuna Vasi, right? Vasi means resident, Yamuna means place. So we known as like a from place. If you're from London, you call as like a Londoner. So in this way. So the word Hindu is not in the scripture, is given by some community. Based on our scripture, before this whole the drama, we all were like in one country. Like it's like a Bharat Varsh. It's like whole world known as a one. It's given in the different scripture. Coming to your point, and this whole the scripture known as a Sanatan Dharma. Rather, it's better to say Sanatan teachings rather than using the word Hindu. So our teachings of Sanatan culture is that we are soul. There's like a first teaching of Bhagavad Gita. We are not this body. And we are not this body. Body is just like a vessel. Like we change our clothes in the morning. Similarly, we change this body when we die, when our soul leaves this body. So Krishna, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Arjun says that all these people are like my family member. I think you know the basics of Bhagavad Gita. So Arjun says like all these are like my family member. How can I kill them? It's so hard. I can't kill them. Can you imagine like you work hard your whole life, hard and money, work day and night, regarding your diet, you ignore everything just to meet the ends for your family. And the day comes in your family, and then your family member starts saying and asking you that what you have done for me in my life. This is like heartbreaking thing in our life. So same situation happened in Arjun's life. Arjun says that all these people are there in front of me and I have to kill them. It's not possible. It's not for me. So first teaching of Krishna that Arjun, you are not this body, you are soul. And all these people are also soul. They are not this body. They are in these different clothes. So I have killed them already, all of them, Krishna said, and you just be instrument. You understand? So everyone is going to die. Number one, fact. Doesn't matter you're in Gaza, India, in the temple, outside of temple, wherever you are, everyone is going to die. Truth number one from Bhagavad Gita. But in this situation, how do we see, you mentioned like how should we see this situation? So definitely we should pray for them. We must have compassion for them. We never lose our discrimination ability. If you say Gaza, so I would say like, what about Ukraine? What about other problem? I was mentioning in the beginning that in the same planet that you and I are living, 2 billion people, which is 1 in 4, they are not getting enough water, drinking clear water. Another problem. What do you think about that one? So Gaza is indeed a problem, and we must address. And that's why our ISKCON, or in terms of your language, you mentioned like the Hindu. So whole the ISKCON community, they are giving them food as much as they can, and whatever the help can do. So one of the devotees, his name was Parshuram, he was taking his van, and his van got like fully attacked with the bullets. Bullets are still there in his van. So we never lose the compassion for these people, those who are in difficult situation. But at the same time, we should remember the like a final purpose of life, that we are here for some time. Life is short. Everyone is going to die one day. And if you want to really worry, or if you are like really serious about one community, why not about others? What about those people who are not having enough food in their plate in the night and going empty stomach in their bed? So when we see the whole picture, we realize this place is place of difficulty. So like what I can do actually here. So to find this answer, we go to scripture. And scripture says like the most benevolent or beneficial act of donation is giving spiritual knowledge to people that, my dear sir or madam, you are not this body. One day, everything is going to go away. So before that happen, fulfill your purpose. And what's the purpose based on Bhagavad Gita? It's to go back to Godhead. Taddhama paramam gata. So this is Krishna's place called spiritual world, or Goloka or Vaikuntha. So that's our purpose, to go there. And another purpose is to tell people that here, even if you're in Gaza or in Pakistan, India, UK, London, America, wherever you are, you will be in difficulties. The difficulties of Gaza is the same type of difficulty the family man who have, those who are working outside and making money by the hard effort, is that both, if you compare this, both misery, both are same. Is no different. So the man, just So main thing is like to address the like main problem, not just like why Gaza only, why not others. So to solve all the problems, we need to share the spiritual knowledge and make them spread the awareness. We have only a couple of minutes. Maybe we can also meet outside. But yeah, you can try. Is that okay, madam?
Yeah. Just following on from that, so I understand what you say with it's almost like they're matched with the way that their someone's experiencing. Just on following on from what you said, I understand that it's everywhere there's these things going on. I understand, so it's a weight on what you experience. So if I take that a bit deeper and say, how could I manage myself and the suffering that I am witnessing? Because ultimately that's what's causing the distress. So if I'm witnessing, that could be on the news, I can turn it off. But if it's someone you love or something.
How you can, Maya Buddha Jiva. So when we come in this world, we are conditioned by different elements. And to uncover this element, we need to connect ourselves with the spirit or with the God. And how do we connect? So I'm speaking from the scripture. So how do we connect? With engaging in their service. Begins with the chanting. So by helping ourselves, we help the whole community. Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in the people. So first we help ourselves and then we go out. How do we help? We connect ourselves because we are soul to our original self or our original source, which is Krishna or Lord Ram, or if you in Christian, Jesus, whoever. So we connect ourselves with the God. So this is the first step that we need to take. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Prabhupada ki.